Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming in early, those of you on the board, and to those of you on the SCIP advisory board. I appreciate you coming in. Today, we're going to do this meeting and adjourn and then reconvene the BSCC meeting following that. Do I have any recusals on the Byrne SCIP starting out? Aaron, let's see who's not going to stay.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. I did not pull that information in front of me. I think Judge Garrett stepped out. I actually think Supervisor Chavez should recuse, and I believe it's Chief Haynes.
Oh, there he is. He's right. Adios. It was good seeing you.
Recuse. Thank you, Supervisor Chavez. We'll text you when we're coming back for the
Okay,
BSCC.
thank you. And Adam, will you do the instructions for public participation?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. We're meeting both in person and virtually, and we'll support public participation during this meeting through the Zoom webinar platform. Board members, for those participating remotely, we do not have anyone. For the members in the boardroom, please remember to state your name when speaking so everyone in the public can hear you. Regarding voting, this item will require a roll call vote. Members of the public, you will have 2 minutes for your comment. After your 2 minutes have ended, I will verbally let you know, and you may watch the screen where we will display the 2-minute timer and those in the queue. We encourage anyone wishing to make a public comment to raise their hand at the start of this meeting. And you must raise your hand on Zoom or send a request through public comment at bscc.ca.gov. If you are calling by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, dial *6 to unmute yourself. Public participants in the room, when it is time for public comment, please form a line at the podium. Madam Chair, that concludes my instructions.
Thank you, Adam. I'm going to do just a few introductions, and I'd like to first welcome Brenda Graylich, who's here. She is the Chief Executive Officer of the Council on Criminal Justice and Behavioral Health. That's a super long name. We have always had the friendship and support of Brenda from afar, and this will teach you to be friends with Katie and I because we'll make you go to work for us. It's great to have you, and she is our behavioral health specialist, as you might guess. Juan Avila, right there, tucked in. We kind of crunched you in there, didn't we? Chief Operating Officer of Garden Pathways, Nancy O'Malley. Thank you. I should get a seating chart, don't you think? Nancy, super excited to have you here. She is the retired district attorney of Alameda County and comes to us with a great deal of expertise, only surpassed by Alan Slater. And I'll give you that because you have more time and grade. Alan is the retired chief executive officer of the Superior Court of Orange County. And Katie tapped him early on as an expert in this area. And so thank you for being here. One who deserves all kinds of accolades, but isn't new to us is Elosa. I always want to mess your name up. She is our staff counsel for the BSCC and is representing us in this issue. Adam, will you take roll?
Sure. Chair Penner.
Present.
Mr. McCumber. Present. Mr. Johnson.
Present.
Mr. Haynes, Ms. Chavez, and Ms. Gar recused. Mr. Dykes, Mr. Budnick, Ms. Zaragoza, and Ms. Kumpion are not here today. Mr. Taylor.
Present.
Mr. Richard.
Present.
Mr. Avila.
Present.
Ms. Graylish.
Present.
Ms. O'Malley. Ms. Tuatama.
Present.
Mr. Slater. Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Adam. And to add to our cast today, Ian Silva represents the BSCC on this item and he will present. Don't you feel like we should have an executive director's report somewhere in here? Any of those who know what happens?
Don't
usually in
worry,
the BSCC?
plenty to come.
Coming
About
soon to a theater near you. I'm buying you time, Ian. I just can't do them anymore. You know, I could take another shot at Katie maybe. It works well until you call the meeting to order. That's the rule of thumb. Thank you.
I appreciate the assist, ma'am. That's a little loud. Apologies. Good morning, Madam Chair and advisory board members. Ian Silva with Field Representative with the Corrections Planning and Grants Program Division, presenting agenda item number 3. This agenda item requests for advisory board approval of the Byrne State Crisis Intervention Program Awards as recommended by the Byrne SCIP scoring panel. As the advisory board is aware, BSCC's Byrne SCIP program is funded via the Bureau of Justice Assistance and provides funds to develop a multi-pronged approach to decreasing gun violence in California. On February 15th, 2024, the BSCC board approved the release of a request for proposals and delegated authority to the SCIP advisory board to approve awards. The RFP made approximately $10.7 million competitively available to California cities and counties. This RFP was based on the SCIP program and budget plan that was approved by the advisory board on September 14th of 2023. The RFP required applicants to propose programs that addressed at least one of the program purpose areas shown on the current slide. Applicants self-selected to compete within the small or large scope funding categories also shown here. BSCC received 18 proposals requesting approximately $10.5 million. After a technical review process, all of the proposals met the eligibility criteria and were forwarded to the SCIP scoring panel. The scoring panel recommended funding for 11 applicants consisting of 8 small scope projects and 3 large scope projects. 3 small scope projects and 4 large scope projects did not meet the minimum scoring threshold of 60% as established in the RFP and are therefore ineligible to receive funding. BSCC staff will apply the remaining $5.1 million to a future RFPs for units of local government. As required by the Byrne SCIP solicitation, once the advisory board has approved the awards, staff will request authority to make the awards from the Bureau of Justice Assistance. For any funded funded proposals that are not approved by BJA, staff will work with the applicant to adjust the project within the proposed program scope to make it acceptable to BJA. If a project cannot be adjusted within its proposed program scope to achieve BJA approval, the project will be ineligible to accept the award. As a reminder, BSCC anticipates an additional 3 years of funding for Byrne SCIP program, and staff is developing plans for additional funding opportunities for these future allocations. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the SCIP scoring panel for their diligent work in bringing these recommendations to the advisory board. On behalf of the SCIP scoring panel, staff recommends the advisory board take the following actions. Approve the proposed list of applicants for $5.6 million for grants that will run from July 15th, 2024 to September 30th, 2026. And in the event that BJA does not approve a project, authorize staff to work with the applicant and BJA to make the necessary modifications within the scope of the proposed project to acquire BJA approval to make the award. This concludes my presentation. I'm of course available to answer any questions the panel might have.
Thank you, Ian. Any questions from board members? Seeing none? Any public comment on the issue?
We do not have public comment for this item.
Thank you, Adam. Take roll, please, or take the vote, please.
Chair Penner,
Aye.
Mr. McCumber.
Can we get a motion? And
No.
a second.
Oh, my goodness. Am I so rusty? That's so sad. Okay, let's get a motion in a second. I apologize.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. We have a motion.
Second.
Thank you. And thank you, council. Adam?
Chair Penner,
Aye.
Mr. McCumber,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Haynes is recused. Mr. Taylor,
Aye.
Mr. Richard,
Aye.
Mr. Mills,
Yes.
Mr. Arvila,
Aye.
Ms. Graylish,
Aye.
Ms. O'Malley, Ms. Tuatama,
Aye.
Mr. Slater.
Aye.
Madam Chair, the motion carries.
Thank you very much. Believe it or not, we're going to adjourn the meeting. It does say a 5-minute break, but I'm assuming, council, you want us to wait till 10 o'clock.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Thank you. So we'll reconvene at 10 o'clock, and I appreciate everybody letting me, get the rust out of my system prior to starting the next meeting. All right, adjourned. My goodness, who does that?